May I sneak by you on the wide part here? Right on, thank you. Hello. Hi, puppy. I'll tell you what, guys. This Ariel Rider X-Class 52 volt makes me feel like I'm a kid again. It's just all around a really great time. Hello. You're okay? So yeah, it makes me totally feel like a kid again. I can ride and not get tired. I've actually regained some definition in my calf muscles. And I've even lost 7 pounds since I've been riding this thing. So say what you want about e-bikes. I'd like to give you a little background on myself. I used to ride bicycles a ton when I was younger. I would guess that I probably put more than 200,000 miles on my bicycles between the ones I had as a kid. I literally was riding all day long. I rode mostly 20-inch BMX and freestyle bikes, and I'd ride those on trails and tracks, but I'd also do some ramp riding as well, just a little bit. Half pipe, done it. I mean, I wasn't good at it. I did it a few times. But yeah, mostly trails just like this one. But as I matured, my legs got a lot longer, and riding the 20-inch bikes wasn't as easy, which is kind of ironic because this is basically a 20-inch bike. Yeah, it's now that I've given you a little bit about me, enjoy some of the scenery I get to ride through daily. And I'm gonna read to you a little excerpt I wrote about my opinion on how I get treated riding an e-bike on these trails. Anyway, here's my little story that I wrote. Enjoy as we see the sun go down.
As an adult, I migrated to motorcycling. My first few experiences on a motorcycle were frankly scary. I didn't know how to handle the power. I went too fast for the situation and almost killed myself a couple times. Then, I took a riding class, and that helped quite a bit. I'd still go too fast for some situations, even as I matured in my motorcycling ability. But then one day I figured it out. I spent the last several years riding motorcycles and had a great time. The only issues I had were when other road users failed to obey laws, but I was aware of my surroundings and was able to avoid going down. I escaped the, and imagine air quotes here, there are two types of motorcyclists, those that have gone down and those that will go down, end quotes. I also had a few run-ins with bicyclists that were on mountain roads. And those roads are, the type that are one lane in each direction with no shoulder. And frankly, they were lucky I was a skilled rider because I was actually going the speed limit around some corners uphill. And if I wasn't paying attention, things could have turned out differently for them. Anyhow, I recently sold my street rocket, the Kawasaki Concours 14, or as it's known in overseas, the GTR 1400. And now I have this e-bike. I also wanted to point out, I guess, that I feel like I'm a friendly person. And on a motorcycle, you wave at all the other motorcyclists on the road, and I waved and received waves. On the e-bike, I don't think waving at other bicyclists is a thing because everybody's on the trail, but I smile or nod at the oncoming cyclists, and the shaven, spandex-wearing, granola-smelling roadies frown or make even kind of unheard comments after I pass. I think I caught one of the comments, like, "That isn't a bicycle." But he could have been saying something like he liked my bicycle too, or maybe he said, "Mommy bought my bicycle." But I was going too fast to actually hear what he said, so I'll just leave it. What I'm getting to, though, is this. I have this Ariel Rider, and when I'm on the trails, I turn the pedal assist down to keep it at a Class 2 level, which is under 20 miles an hour. In congested areas, I turn it down to the slowest, and it barely goes over 10. I'm aware of my speed, and frankly, with my motorcycling experience, I'm better at handling my bike than most of, I really wanted to say all here, but I'm not quite that conceited, but I'm better than most of the trail users out there. Will my bike go faster than what I ride it at? Yes. That's why I purchased this one. Does a Lamborghini driver not have the capability to drive much faster than most, or all, of the other cars on the road? Yes. But they're responsible, or if they're not, they have to suffer the consequences. Maybe that's the rub. Maybe the bicyclists don't see any consequences for irresponsible trail users. I wish it were just this, but I think because of their human nature, they, just like the Subaru driver with the bike rack on the top, hates the Lambo. They're jealous of the speed in which an older, distinguished gentleman like me can pass them with ease. Maybe I didn't earn my speed. I beg to differ, and I think I've likely pedaled more than they have in their lives. Do you think my joy should be taken away? Do I not deserve to enjoy riding a bicycle again because I was spending my time during my prime earning money and paying taxes to build these bike trails? I think that I'll share these trails respectfully, and hope future generations can enjoy the joy of being in the open air, under their own power, or if needed, a little assistance, without all of the bureaucracy that exists around anything that the granola munchers don't like today. Thanks for tuning in. Rider Obvious, signing out.
Excuse me, thank you. That's another thing. I feel like the grandfather cartel guy on Breaking Bad.
Okay, I'm here. How you doing this morning, Mr. Salamanca? You need something?